Hello Geeks and Gamers, Matt Lemke here with your gamer goggles, gamer-goggles.com. And today we have another box breaking for you. Something that I haven't done in a while. I'm actually thinking about doing away with the box breakings and focusing more on gameplay and reviews. But I wanted to touch base on this product before I head off to Gen Con. This was previewed actually a little bit at Origins, so I have a little bit of information on this game in the sense of what's inside the box. I have not yet played it. I know that it's Dungeons and Dragons themes, and it obviously includes the Drow. So, with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and tear right into it. It is a product by Gale Force 9. A lot of their games have a pretty good rule set to take in and digest. There are a lot of pieces to this game. I have seen it at Origins a little bit, and it is one of my anticipated games for Gen Con 2016. As you can see, the rules, there's a lot of pictures too, so don't let the rule book be intimidating. I talked with a few people at Origins that played the game, and they said it is fun as, and you can fill in the colorful metaphors that they've used, but they all pretty much said the same thing. So I am actually really looking forward to this because I'm a huge Dungeons and Dragons fan. As you can see, we have all the different playing pieces, the board, the setup for the different types of cards, so everything has its place in the marketplace. And again, I haven't played this yet, so I don't know anything about it. We'll set these aside here, and we will. Score sheet comes with it. Different locations within the Underdark, and they're different. How they are played in turn orders. This is a card-driven game, so we'll set the cards aside, and we'll take a look at the art here in a second. And then we'll also set all the, well, I guess we won't set all the pieces aside. We'll set some of the pieces aside. The board is pretty big, so we're probably not going to be able to see the whole thing at the same time on my screen. Oh, well, maybe most of it. So the player board, as you can see, it's got the different paths that you can take. It's got the different locations within the Underdark. There, now it's right side up. Ha. Pretty straightforward board. Folds up, and it's exactly what you would expect from a Gale Force 9 product. Durable. Okay, so we already talked briefly about the score sheet. Now we will take a look at some of the smaller pieces. I am not certain as to what these different tokens are for. These must have something to do with the different players because they're color-coded. Again, like I said, I did not get to play the game, but all of these tokens are the same. You have black, red, orange, and blue. And then it matches up with all the different shield pieces. At least I'm going to call them shield chits for now. And we'll zoom in as far as we can on one. They stand up. They're designed to stand. Let's zoom in. That is as far as it's going to go. So sorry about that. Rotate it a little bit so that you can see the different symbol. And all the colors have different symbols on them. There's also a white set that has crossed swords. Can't really see that in the bag, so I'm going to take it out. The black has, it looks like, two crossbows that make a spider web type of thing. At least that's how I envision it. And let's see here, the blue and the red. The blue, rotate a little bit so you can see that better. There you go. It looks like a lightning bolt type of thing. And if I knew my lore a little bit better, I'd probably be able to tell you what these actually all were. But I am not a lore expert. So now we'll open up some of the cards. Actually, before we do that, we'll look at your playing pieces. Come on, camera, cooperate. Here's the figures that you get. They are all. Let's look at an orange one because it probably shows the detail better. They are all cloaked peoples, and they're all pretty nicely detailed. There's I don't know, 15. There's probably about 20 of them, 4 for each color, 4 or 5 for each color. Open up some of the cards, maybe. So as you can see, the art's pretty good. A lot of cards are going to repeat. Mind Flayer, Malice, Marlith, Gibbering Malther. Clearly this is a monster deck. They're labeled as Conquest cards. Allure. If I remember correctly, that's a pretty bad dude. Obviously the number off to the side has to do with how potent they are. You can tell in the bottom that they have different numbers as well. Again, I haven't played the game yet, so I'm not going to speculate as to what they are. Shape changers. Now the cards themselves, they're about the same consistency of that of a deck of bicycle playing cards. They don't have the same gloss, the same type of glossy finish. These have a little bit more bite to them. They hold to the other cards a little bit more. And we'll take a look at a couple more cards, and then we'll call it the day. I hope, I'm not going to promise, I hope that I can play this before I go to Gen Con, and maybe a couple times, and have a review posted while I'm at Gen Con for those of you that are interested in it. You can check back. I'm not going to make a promise to that. The art on this is actually really good. I look at the screen and I think it looks better than looking at it on the card personally. But the colors are awesome. I love this. The Eternal Flame Cultists, the Fire Elemental, and again you can see the different types of. I'm going to call them ratings for now, and the creature types. Like here's a Tiefling, Elemental Prince. A lot of variety to the game. Now, what I'm curious is to learn about is whether or not the game actually captures whether or not you're like the Drow. You have the history and the lore of how evil and dark and they are. So I'm hoping that it captures that, and I'm hoping that it's not. I'm hoping it's a game where you actually do a lot of backstabbing. That's what I'm looking for from this game. It's one of the things that I think will make this game fun. I realize that's not for everybody, but it is for me. Oh, I didn't realize that before. So on the back, we were talking about the different card slots before. All the cards are labeled. Like these say Minion. And many of these, well, many or all of these say Minion. Minion. Okay, I guess there's no different cards. Silly me. That's what I get for not playing the game in Origins when I wanted to. Here's a Priestess of Loth. Lold. There's going to be a lot of those, I would imagine. Yeah, there's a ton. We'll just skip right through. House Guard. This is a lot of the Drow themselves. And again, these are going to be pretty common cards, I guess. Here's a Noble. Probably a little bit less common than the other two. But there's a good bit of Nobles. Nobles go all the way down. Wow, there's a lot of Nobles. And then you go to Soldiers. An Insane Outcast. It's kind of a funny picture. The Eyes of Bewilderment. And those are all Insane Outcasts. So real quick here. There's only 2 more things of cards for us to look at. and then I'll start putting everything back in the box and wrap it up. So we have black guard here. Good bit of those probably. There's a bounty hunter. Nice bow. Death blade with a good bit of poison dripping off of it. An advanced scout. Clearly she blends into her surroundings. Was she at a social party? Mercenary squad. An Underdark ranger. Master of melee. I love the art. It puts the drow into a much better perspective for me. I love visual aids. This is something that I can even use. We're getting ready to do the Tyrants of the Underdark in Dungeons and Dragons, so it's something I can use as, oh look, you see this guy or this chick or whatever, or you don't see so and so. Whoa, that was weird. Dragon cultist, there's probably a good bit of those. Red wormling, oh, that's kind of an interesting picture. Wow, just see, sometimes I get some cool ideas just from looking at things like this. Red dragon, kobolds, a white wormling, black wormling. Apparently you can fight some dragons. White dragon, black dragon, Watcher of Thay. Cool tattoos. Enchanter of Thay. Green wormling, which means somewhere in here there's going to be a green dragon. Wrath Moldar, green dragon. A cult fanatic. He's pretty cool looking. Worm Speaker, blue wormling, and of course, the blue dragon. So, let us recap real quick as best we can. I will zoometh outeth. Hopefully in a week we'll be able to go through this. So you get the board, you get these location cards, or these are probably your player cards for your fortress and stuff. Like the black player's there, red player, orange player, blue player. All the cards, which I didn't count them. I'm gonna guess there's probably around 300 to 500 cards here. And for now, I don't know if they're different decks, so I'm gonna put them in facing each other. The different types of guards, soldiers, priestess, the different little sections for all the different market cards in the market deck organizer. You get these player tokens, the board, of course, which we already discussed, the shield tokens, I'm going to call them for now your army tokens, more shield tokens, and that is the box breaking on Tyrants. Oh, almost the box breaking on Tyrants of Underdark. I almost left out the different number tokens and counting tokens you get, along with the rule book. And that's what you get in Tyrants of Underdark. Thanks for watching. This has been a box breaking with Matt Lemke from Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. Have a good day.